I've been really on my own when I think about it. Yeah, my house is not a home when I think about it. I've been feeling so alone when I think about it. Yeah, nobody really got me when I think about it. It's me, SimbaTv, bang! What is good, YouTube fam? It's your boy Simba coming back here again with another reaction video for you guys today. For today's reaction video, we got 10 creepiest things found in the woods. Now you guys know, man, I don't like the forest, I don't like the woods, I don't like the outdoors. You feel me? A lot of creepy stuff happens out there, and every time I watch a video about stuff like this, it just confirms that I need to stay my little black ass in the house. But let's jump up in it, man.
If you're planning on escaping to a cabin in the woods anytime soon,
no,
you might want to watch this video. Think of it as a guide to what you can expect and prepare accordingly. Because trust us when we say this, there's a lot you need to be prepared for when it comes to the woods. From the plethora of creepy things that litter the forest floor to the oddballs that frequent them. People have chanced upon or run into all sorts of horrors in these supposedly calming landscapes. Today's lineup features 10 instances of just that. Let's get into it, shall we? Number 10, a bronze mask.
Oh, hell no.
If there's one thing that Hollywood has taught us, it's that masks are never a good sign. Like, come on. Two of the most famous horror franchises of all time feature masked killers. So imagine the discomfort of this person when they happened upon one. According to their post, they were out fossil hunting when they discovered a bronze mask at the bottom of the steam bed. Because it wasn't exactly in the most pristine of conditions, they assumed that it had been down there for quite some time now. To elaborate, some of the holes, like the strap,
bruh, it looked like a Marvel mask, you know, like, that looked creepy, like some kind of damn alien, like, nah, bruh. That don't look right, it don't.
or ear hole for instance, were sealed shut due to sand concretions. This close-up also makes the discoloration pretty obvious. Anywho, upon inspection, it turned out to be an abandoned art project like they'd initially suspected. Some place to abandon an art project if you ask us. The fact that the accompanying image is heavily reminiscent of Jason's mask doesn't help things either. Number 9, a dismembered horse. Nothing out of the ordinary about finding bones on the trip to the wilderness, agreed. But if there's a carcass and film negatives involved, yeah, we're getting out of there ASAP. And we hope that's what the original poster did as well. As a response to a Reddit post asking hikers about their creepiest finds, the Redditor Oralakid revealed that it was a horse's skull up in Yellowstone. What's so unnerving about that, you ask? Well, the fact that they found its rotting body seconds away from their campsite, surrounded.
Well, I mean, it's Yellowstone. There's wolves, bears, all types of stuff up there. So, I mean, if you're going into Yellowstone, you should expect to see some kind of like, you know, rotting carcass because there's so many wild animals out there. Now, it being a couple feet from your campsite, understand that. I don't want that near me. You feel me? Like, whatever ate it might come back and try to eat meat, you know? But if you're camping, I'm assuming you're okay with those odds. Me personally, I stay in the house where the Wi-Fi is.
As we explained before, by photo negatives. Now, say what you will, but from our years of obsessing over the occult, we feel that there's something really satanic about this whole thing. If not, our second best guess is that it was an abandoned attempt to stick it to a PETA or a really weird, but ultimately chickened out, photographer.
Before we move on, we've got a speed challenge for you. If you subscribe to Facts Junkie and hit the bell icon in the next 5 seconds, you'll win 10 years of incredible luck. Give it a shot, it actually works.
Number 8, strung up toys. As kids, we've all maimed our toys in one capacity or another. But not many of us can boast of stringing them up in the woods.
Yeah, no,
to
not
doorknobs,
doing that.
yeah, sure. But to branches? Not unless there was a ladder on hand. Even then, a kid would be pretty afraid of climbing up one. And like, there's no way a child can carry a ladder all the way to the woods. Simply put, you'd have to be very gutsy and ripped child to be able to accomplish what we're about to describe. So to speak, one Redditor chanced upon several dolls and stuffed toys hanging by the trees in the nearby forest. Yeah, that's probably the work of an adult. A really deranged one at that. Think of all the poor kids that would have benefited from those toys.
Man, that's creepy. You see, man, imagine that you walking through, you feel me, minding your own business, just whistling, trying to go wherever you trying to go, and you see a goddamn Barbie head on a branch. Like, bro, what? I'm out. I'm turning around. I'm leaving. That's a sign to me not to keep going in this damn wood. Like, I'm good, bro. Like, I'm good. I seen it all. Like, that'll do it. You know? Time to go back home.
At that.
That's
Think
creepy,
of all
bro.
the poor
That's
kids that would
creepy.
have benefited from those toys.
Nothing
Number
good
7,
comes from that.
human bones. Remember how we said that there was nothing odd about finding animal bones in the forest? Yeah, let's just say that not all the bones on the forest floor might belong to animals. So the next time you find a neat one that you like to carry home, you might want to check with a medical practitioner first. Otherwise, you can end up in the same scenario as this person. As weird as it sounds, they ended up finding and placing a bone from the human hand on their desk. Yeah, no wonder
Bro,
their medical
what?
friends were distressed upon discovering it. Honestly, minus the context, we'd break off all contact with that person. Actually, even given the context, we'd still do it. Like, who in their right mind would think that bones would make for good ornaments? Even if we discount the utter creepiness, just the thought of the germs would keep us up at night.
Nah, the thought of somebody seeing some bones on the ground, like in the middle of a forest, woods, like anything like that, and picking it, like, no, like, that's just mind-blowing to me. Like, I personally would have looked at it and acted like I didn't see it. I would just kept it pushing, like, because I don't know where that came from, who touched it, who did what with it, who put some kind of hocus pocus, woo blah 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 on. Like, nah, I'm good, bro. Like, I don't need that in my life. That's a bunch of unnecessary stuff I don't need in my life. I don't.
Number 6, a concerning Polaroid. If you're anything like us, you probably think that cameras and photographs are the best thing to have happened to mankind. They've made reliving our best moments so much more easier. But the same can't be said of the Polaroid that this person found in the woods. If we remember correctly, they said that it showed a man naked in a bathtub. And
I'm
no,
sorry,
there's
what?
nothing sexy about the picture. Kind of the opposite actually, because the person in the photo looked like they were scared out of their mind.
Oh, hell
Now, as much as
no.
we'd like to believe that this was a prank, it could have been a photo of a person minutes before their death as well. The reasoning would make the Polaroid a souvenir of some sort. But again, it's only a guess. Maybe it's just a lost picture that the original poster read too much into.
Hell no, you
Number
go take
5,
that to the police.
a lone stairway. Apart from bones, isolated stairways are perhaps the second most reported unnerving sights in forests.
Which is so
much
weird.
so that there are only about a dozen or two reports of them on the internet. Anyway, the account that we're about to share with you occurred somewhere in New Hampshire. Now, what's weird is that there were no signs that a house existed in the same space at some point. No scaffolding, no debris to suggest that it had caved in. Absolutely nothing. Hey, how about we leave aliens alone for a minute and launch a probe into this phenomenon? You never know. They could be a staircases to an alien demon. That's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Number 4, a full-length mirror. Just like masks, mirrors have creepy written all over them as well.
Show,
If you're a
dude.
horror enthusiast, you might know that they're usually portrayed as portals into the unknown. So of course, chancing upon one in the middle of the forest wouldn't exactly be a delightful experience. That too, a full-length one. What's even weirder is that the mirror was gone when the person went back to check if it was still there. Now, either it was a part of a modeling gig and they came back to collect it, or it was a portal, and in turn, a brush with death. If the latter statement has even an iota of truth to it, we hope that nobody decided to take the thing home with them.
You see, I break. I would have break that. Look, I would broke it. I would broke that mirror. I break glass. Like, I can't. I don't know. The kid in me always wants to break glass. Like, if I see a glass bottle, you know, I gotta throw it at a wall or something. You know, if I see a mirror, I'm throwing a rock at it. Like, that's just what it is. I'm throwing a rock at it. Like TVs, like, you know, in anything with glass, it has to break. Like, I gotta break it. Like, I'm a shoot it. Like, you know, you're catching a bullet through that. Like, no, but that's just me. I'm a kid.
Because that's the plot of Oculus, just waiting to happen in real life. Number 3, a misplaced gravestone.
No,
We bet you've heard of grave robbers, but pray tell, have you ever heard of headstone robbers? If not, then prepare to be bamboozled by this story. We know we were. According to sources, a hiker by the name of River Wolf discovered a gravestone on one of his incursions. Now, the weird thing is that it had disappeared from where the person was originally buried. In a graveyard in California, that is. Upon investigating, the person found out that it actually belonged to a sex worker called Mary Holmes, who lived somewhere in 1898. And get this, Mary poisoned herself in front of a saloon. What do you think? Did Mary's tormented spirit do it? Or was it the work of some hooligans?
That's
We personally
crazy.
think it was her own doing. Maybe she wants someone brought to justice. Number 2, a suspicious rucksack. Abandoned luggage is nothing to be concerned about. People lose their backpacks all the time. We, for one, can
Not
relate
in the
3 different
woods.
occasions where we've lost baggage.
That is definitely
No, not the emotional
something
kind.
to be
That's
concerned
near
about.
impossible to lose. All jokes aside, this logic, however, doesn't apply to luggage found in the woods. That's something you should really be concerned about, especially if it's bloodied and disappears when you've come back for it. Yeah, it's possible for a bag to pull a disappearing act. What we're about to tell you is a testimony to that. To elaborate, the poster came across a bloodied
I
rucksack with what they described as a termite-infested book next to it.
Yeah, no, I
As
wouldn't
for the
touch
rucksack's
it.
wares, it contained nothing but a mint-condition notebook and a near-rotten binder. The post further explained that upon moving it, the bag created somewhat of an indentation in the forest floor. But when they came back to the same spot with their parents, mere seconds later, not only was the bag itself gone, but also there were no signs of the indication or the termites, which is kind of mind-boggling since their footprints were still intact. Whoever removed that thing must have been super fast or supernatural. Or maybe the bag in itself was supernatural. Number 1, a blood-curdling confession. We're almost out of the woods, folks. Almost, because you still need to hear about our final pick. Now, before we reveal what it is, riddle us something, will you? When you need to confess something, let's say a crime, where do you go? As far as we're concerned, we'd either go to a therapist, to a church, or to the police to give ourselves up. But the person behind this find had a unique plan in mind. That is, they confessed to killing and dumping someone in a nearby lake by engraving it on a piece of wood. Not
What?
just that, they decided to leave the said piece in the middle of the forest. You know, because killing someone is not enough. They had to scar unsuspecting people in the process as well. Yeah, they're not wrong when they say that every day, we stray further away from God. Alright, which one of these picks freaked you out the most?
Nah, bro, that's crazy. Like I said, every time I watch something like this, bro, confirms to me that I need to stay the hell away from the forest, the woods, the outdoors, okay? If you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. Thank you guys for commenting, sharing, and subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.